tell them suckers to move. I ain't in the mood. Got me with the crew, let me do what I do. I tell them suckers to poof. Got me in the booth, lobby in the truth. Let me do what I do. Yeah, remember when the U come through, enter the music jungle. Or back with the block, I used to rock, I used to fumble. I still rock down, drop the ball when I run through. I drop the classic shit, and drop the ball. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the OnlyFights Podcast. My name is Manny.
This is Alberto.
What's up, y'all? Coming off of a really weird, fight weekend with a Sunday night fight,
to say the least,
and weird stuff happening within that Sunday night fight. But Saturday was cool. I mean, we had a couple good fights.
Yes, Saturday night UFC was pretty good.
Fight night.
The main event was Edson Barbosa versus Giga Chikadze. It was a pretty good fight. Barbosa, he's been around for a while.
Yeah.
We've seen him fight at lightweight for years. He was always known as one of the best strikers in the UFC. And the Giga guy is pretty much seems like the younger version of him. You know what I mean? It seems what he's gonna be. He was really good. He's coming from Glory, a kickboxer. So I think he's only been at UFC a couple years, but he's been kickboxing he's had a whole kickboxing career. So he's got a lot of experience. I don't think I've ever seen a fight with so many leg checks. They were both throwing so many leg kicks and both would block so many kicks of each other. It was crazy. That's kind of both their game, and it seemed pretty even. And then I think in the third round it was Giga kind of started getting the better of him. Landed a couple good punches. I think he dropped him once. He tried to choke on the ground, couldn't get it. Barbosa got back up, and then I think he dropped him one more time, and then the ref stopped it. And I think Barbosa, was a little angry about the stoppage, but I thought it was fair. He was he got dropped twice. He probably could have survived a little longer, but I don't think he was gonna. I think it was a good stoppage.
Yeah, he fell hard too. Just the way he fell was kind of telling.
Yeah, I think with him going down to 145 now, I think these guys are a lot faster. I think he's used to. I think he's used to being the faster one, and these guys this guy just seemed like he just had him, he had his timing down, and then he called out Max Holloway at the end, which I think that would be a really good fight. I don't know if that guy's ready. Giga's ready for it, but that'd be a really good fight. Holloway's always fun to watch.
Yeah,
that was the main event. There was two fights that were the Ultimate Fighter finale. The middleweights were Ryan Battle and Gilbert Ubina. That one ended in submission. Ryan Battle won. It was kind of sloppy. Both of the Ultimate Fighter fights were kind of sloppy. You could tell these guys are just still getting into it. The bantamweight one, Ricky Tercios and Bradley Highstand. That one went to decision. They were definitely they were definitely going at it. It was pretty crazy exchanges, but real sloppy. Nothing too exciting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Kevin Lee and Daniel Rodriguez fight.
That was a good fight.
I don't know who Kevin Lee was supposed to fight, but Daniel Rodriguez took this on 2 weeks' notice. And this is Kevin Lee going up to welterweight, because he also fought at 155. It's crazy. That's how good the 155 division is. So many fighters are either going up or going down. Edson Barbosa and Kevin Lee were both contenders in lightweight, but just couldn't get to that title shot. I think they both lost to Tony Ferguson. I know Barbosa's last fight at 155, I think, was Gaethje. Gaethje knocked him out. So Kevin Lee went up to welterweight. It's his first fight at welterweight. Daniel Rodriguez, veteran guy. He's been around for a long time. He only has 2 losses, 16-2. So he has a pretty good record. I'm not sure what his backstory is, but he ended up winning the fight by decision, 3-round decision. Really just outboxed him. Kevin Lee got a couple early takedowns. Took him down a couple times. Didn't really do much with him though. But then in the later rounds, Rodriguez was able to stuff most of the takedowns and just outboxed him. I think he had him hurt a couple times, and and showed experience and not going in, going in crazy for the kill. Hurt him a couple times and tried to finish him, but didn't get the finish. But it was a good fight. It was a good fight. I think he said that was like his 6th or 5th win in a row. So, Kevin Lee's, even though he's new to welterweight, you know, he's still a pretty big name, and he's still a pretty big name. That's a pretty big win. And then the first fight on the card was pretty good. Gerald Mearshart and Muhammad something. Yeah, he's another one of those, you know, another Russian guy the Russians are taking over. He was pretty much, he was winning the first round. I would say won the first round and was winning the second round. Gerald was just trying to get takedowns the whole time. He must be like a jiu-jitsu guy. He was just trying to get takedowns the whole time. Was getting beat up pretty much the whole fight, and then in the second round finally got the takedown. And I forget what the submission was. I think it was just rear naked. Yeah, I think it was just rear naked choke from the back, and made him tap. That was a pretty good fight. Or, you know, big comeback kind of, getting beat up and then able to pull off the submission. Yeah, that was pretty much it for the main card. I think we should get right into the boxing.
The boxing, that's what you want to call it? No, I mean it was definitely some. It was actually not bad. The card was not bad. It started with like Tommy Fury, and I expected him to knock out his opponent, and Anthony Taylor, who's basically like a MMA fighter with a losing record, and so I didn't expect, you know.
And is Tommy Fury like a real boxer?
Nah, he's Fury's cousin, Tyson Fury, and he's like a reality show, you know, star.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now that you say that, I think I remember hearing that too.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought he was like a real boxer.
So, you know, and he looks like an actor playing.
He was on some big reality show in England or something.
Yeah,
like that.
something like that. He, you know, stiff, didn't have really good defense. I don't know, slow. I wasn't really impressed by him. So that's how the night started. The next fight on that card was Ivan Branchek versus Montana Love. Did you see the press conference and the weigh-in and all that stuff?
The weigh-in, yeah.
When he was like shoving him, and yeah, so Branchek, he fought Zepeda last year, lost by knockout in the fight of the year. Guys freaking dropped each other like 5 times each. So Branchek, he, you know, during the weigh-in, and these guys are doing the face-off, and he's pushing them, and you know, just like shoving him. Branchek is shoving Montana Love and intimidating him and all this whatnot. And you know, when they're facing to the cameras and they're posing and flexing, and he pushes him, he damn near pushes him off the stage. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I was worried, man, because like I mentioned, man, I seen Montana Love in a very small boxing event. Like, he wasn't even the main event. He was in the undercard of, you know, I was in like a small building with like maybe 200 people in the attendance. And now I watch him in a Showtime pay-per-view with, you know, the Cleveland where the Cavs play, you know, on the undercard of that. So shout out to him, man. But, you know, I was I was like, damn, you know, when I seen Branchek just almost kind of bully him, man, in that, you know, I don't know if maybe Montana Love just was on some like, I'm not letting this opportunity slip me by.
I mean, he definitely seemed to get a little more upset about the last push, like when you said he almost pushed him off the the stage.
You know, push him off the
then
stage.
he kind of turned around there and was like, all right, what are we doing now?
So, you know, that made me even more intrigued to watch that fight.
Yeah.
And damn, man, that was the fight of the night for me, man. That fight was crazy. Like, Montana Love, he starts boxing, you know, he actually looks pretty good against a seasoned veteran like Ivan Branchek, who's, you know, known to rush in and, you know, find a way to hurt you. And that's what he did in the third round. He pretty much dropped Montana Love, and the ref didn't call it. That seems to be an ongoing thing. They get to like a little scuffle at the end of the round, and Branchek hits him at the bell, and Love hits him back after the bell, with a sneaky right hand and just wobbles him.
Oh,
And he's wobbled back to his corner. Branchek, referee couldn't control shit. That dude was trash.
Yeah.
I forget his name. I don't even want to know. But so but the fight was really interesting. You had like a slick boxer who was good, but not good enough for somebody like Baranchek, who could basically hurt dude like at any moment. And that's the story of the fight. Like Love was kind of just boxing dude and tagging him up, moving around, hitting him. It was nice, but occasionally he would take a shot.
Yeah.
Now somewhere in the fight, I think it was like round 4 or 5, Montana Love catches Baranchek with a counter, and Baranchek is hurt. He's moving funny, and Montana Love starts dancing, bro. Like he doesn't go in for the kill like a boxer should, bro. He just starts doing these. He just starts dancing. I'm like, what are you doing? He's taunting, and kind of wastes a little opportunity. And in the next round, he boxes, he catches him again, and he hurts him, bro. And then he starts dancing, and he's taunting, and I'm like, yo, you like, what are you doing, bro?
That's crazy.
Yo, not like 30 seconds later, bro, he gets rocked, a left hook, and I thought it was done, bro.
Yeah.
He looked like he didn't go down, but man, he looked hurt, and I immediately thought about those times where he's just like doing that, the taunting, and I'm just like, bro, what the hell? But the round's over. He goes back to his corner, and I don't know what they do to him, but they get him back. He starts fighting back defensively.
Yeah.
And in the 7th round, Ivan Baranchek comes out, and he just doesn't look right. I don't know if the multiple shots was just getting to him or what, but at some point Love lands this uppercut. It didn't look like the hardest one that he landed in the fight, but he just drops him, and it looked like it was over for Baranchek. It looked like the referee could have just stopped it right then and there, but he didn't. He counted, and Baranchek got up, and the round was over. And as soon as he gets to his corner, his trainer just takes one look at him and just waves his hand, like how the referee waves his hand when he stops the fight. He just waves his hand, and Baranchek, being the warrior that he is, he protested that, but he just grabbed his glove and started trying to rip it, and yeah, man, it was a good fight, man, and like I said, man, just watching, like I seen dude a few years back. Being in this really small stage, and him having all these people watch him now in this really incredible fight where he experienced a lot of times he got rocked, and it was good, man. So in the post fight interview, he gets to opportunity to talk to the people. He calls out a couple guys, calls out Tank Davis. I don't think that's a good idea. Josh Taylor. Maybe a little easier fight, but I don't know if I don't think so. I don't think he's ready for somebody like that, for real. Like, especially if he's gonna be taunting in the ring, man. That was crazy. He really almost got himself knocked out simply because he thought it was cool to taunt. I don't know. That was but good fight, man. That was my fight of the night, man.
How many rounds did it go?
7. Yeah, 7 rounds.
Word.
Finished. 7 rounds were done, and after the 7th round, that's when they stopped it. So.
Yeah, I'm sure if his corner stopped it, it was probably the right decision.
Yeah, he looked messed up, man. I don't really know. Baranchek, he been in some wars, man. He been in a lot of wars last year, being one of the craziest ones I've seen.
Having a good chin could be dangerous sometimes.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing about boxing, man. Those bigger gloves, it is more protection, but you also you take more hits, to the face, and that could be troublesome in the future. So Daniel Dubois was also on this card. Not much to say about this fight, man. It was a 1st round knockout. He knocked some dude out, Cusimano. I didn't even write his first name down. I apologize, but you didn't get much out of that other than just, a quick, fun first round knockout from a heavyweight. It was fun to see the, what was that, the Barstool Sports guys doing the betting odds and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they lost every single one.
Really?
Yeah, I remember they said that this fight would go over a round and a half, and it didn't. It didn't last the first round. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, co-main event: Amanda Serrano, Yamilet Mercado. Good fight. Amanda Serrano was able to do her thing. She looked good against a champion. And Yamilet Mercado, she had a lot of good counters, a lot of good pressure fighting, and great body work. Really bothered me that these freaking women boxing fights are only 2-minute rounds, because it seems like just as these women are getting in a groove,
Yeah, the round ends.
Round ends,
What's the point of that? Like,
I don't know. Especially considering like MMA, you have women doing 5-minute fights rounds.
It should be the same, yeah.
So they should have 3-minute rounds. Plus like more resting in between rounds and things like that. It just I don't know. And a lot of them even find it degrading because.
What's the message behind that, or what's the reasoning behind
kind
that?
of makes it look, with a handicap and all that.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. They want to be equal, so.
Nonetheless, like, it was a good fight. It went to decision, and Amanda Serrano won unanimously. She really beat up Mercado in the later rounds. Her face was messed up, all bloody, and Mexican chick, man, she tough, showed a lot of heart, so that was cool. She even like celebrated after the fight was over. Once that 10th round ended, she was like pounding her gloves together and basically like happy that she finished the fight.
Yeah.
So
that's dope.
Good for her. Good fight though. Always fun to watch. Amanda Serrano, man, she, little beast in there, man.
Yep.
They asked if she wanted to fight Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor fights next week.
Yeah.
And that would be she's undisputed, so that could be a good one. She didn't really answer it with a yes, but kind of said she's open to any champion.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's up. There was a lot of decent amount of like celebrities in there too. Like
where was it at? Where was the fight at?
In Cleveland.
Is that where Jake Paul's from?
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. Like Dave Chappelle's there.
Yeah, I think he lives in Ohio.
Yeah. And a lot of other boxers. Ray Mancini was there. He's from Youngstown, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. Corey Spinks was there. Clarissa Shields, Andre Berto, Dustin Poirier was there.
I saw her. What about Stipe Miocic, the heavyweight?
Was he? I mean, I didn't see him, but
I just think I know he's from Cleveland.
No, I mean he doesn't seem like the type that supports Jake Paul, unless he's like Tyron Woodley. I mean,
I think he supports fucking Machine Gun Kelly because he's from Ohio. So
yeah, but yeah. So the main event, Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley. It was really, really funny, and
my prediction was
stupid.
wrong.
Yeah, and I mean, it could have been right if Woodley would have thrown punches,
Yeah.
It was weird to begin with. He walked out with his mouthpiece on. I'm like,
Woodley?
what? Yeah. I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, you don't have to put it on until the fight is about to start. You know what I mean? Like, that shit kind of like takes your, makes it a little harder to breathe.
Yeah.
And when the fight started, I was really hoping to see Tyron Woodley try to knock him out, and it looked like that's what he was doing. He, winning big swing and a miss, and Jake Paul was moving around, trying to look decent with his footwork and things of that nature. It was laughable to me, like, but I knew what I was watching, so I just watched it, and Woodley didn't really do much in the first like 2-3 rounds. I figured that Woodley would try to like tire him out.
Yeah.
You know, and Jake was
For
getting
sure.
tired, like around the third round. I was like, oh shit, you know, and he does, you know, only have like what first and second, third round knockouts, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Did it look like he was getting tired before Tyron?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Tyron looked, you know, he looked like good. He just wasn't being offensive.
Yeah, as usual. His problem he's been having in MMA was the same thing where like he was just like was getting scared to pull the trigger. Really, like he was just throwing his bombs but wasn't putting together any combinations or anything.
Yeah, I was hoping that change in round 4 because that's when I know you've seen like the
Yeah.
memes and stuff, and you know that's when he landed that big right hand and sent Jake through the ropes, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, here we go. You did that once, now you know you can do it again, and it shouldn't be that hard because this isn't, you know, you're not fighting Floyd Mayweather, man. This guy
Yeah.
don't have defense like that, you know. So, and yeah, like you said, man, the dude even with the proof there, like, bro, you already got him once. Like, all you gotta do is do it again a couple more times. It would
Yeah.
only be a matter of time, especially the more tired he got. Jake was getting really tired by the end of the fight. I was trying to, you know, give Woodley some rounds. And I thought it was a draw, to be honest,
Yeah.
because I gave Woodley 4 rounds. But a lot of people just basically accepted that Jake Paul won, and I really don't care.
Yeah, really. If it went the distance, then Jake Paul pretty much wins for surviving
Yeah.
with an MMA fighter
Yeah.
like Tyron Woodley. I mean,
Yeah. It was a split decision too. One of the judges gave
Tyron
Tyron Woodley the decision. I thought it was gonna be a draw too.
Yeah.
Like give it to Jake Woodley and then like a split decision draw.
Yeah, I thought Jake
wasn't
Jake
the
Paul
case.
didn't look good boxing. Like I thought, like, you know, I mean, I think he looked kind of sloppy. I don't think he really looked like as good as, you know, they were saying that he was.
yeah.
That he looked and all this. Like,
Yeah.
definitely looked like a lot of flaws in his game.
There was so many times I was yelling at the TV, bro. I was like, you know, because Woodley had so many opportunities. There were times where Woodley walked him down, got in distance and range, and just didn't do anything. And I'm just like, man, if that was like
a killer. Like
some
a
of
real
the
fucking-
worst, like you know, if that was a boxer, even you know, not a good one, man. Like, yeah, like this dude. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before Jake Paul. Like, and it seems that way because after the fight, you know, he was very humble. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, very all that energy changed, and he was like basically giving Tyron Woodley mad props for like all this shit that
Yeah.
you know saying like it doesn't matter that you're a UFC champion and all that. He basically you know leveraged that to
Fuck
say.
yeah.
Hey man, this guy's a UFC champion, and this, that, and the third, one of the greatest welterweights.
Yeah, now he has to give him his props because he beat him. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, and so he's mentioning that he said that his legs felt weird, and you know, already kind of bring up an excuse because he
Yeah.
was upset that he didn't knock him out, and gave a speech that like really gave me like the Victor Ortiz vibes. Like if you remember, like back when Victor Ortiz, I think when he got his jaw broken against Josecito Lopez, and at the end of after the fight, he basically you know quit the fight, and in the post fight interview mentioned that he's like yeah, I want to do some thinking. I don't know if I should be getting hit in the face like this at
Yeah.
this age, and then the crowd started booing, and that's when we deemed him retired, and that's when in that last fight he said I didn't retire, the media retired me, which
yeah.
whatever. But yeah, like, you know, Jake Paul kind of said, like, he wants to take a little break and think about his, you know, and I was like, all right, so he been in a real fight. He took a punch from a real fighter. He didn't like it and won. But now he's like, I want to think about what I want to do next. And so,
Yeah, you could tell even by his reaction when he was getting hit, where you could tell like, okay, he hasn't got hit like that many times, where he's got
Yeah.
accustomed to it. Like even his reaction was very like non-boxer like, where he was like, oh shit. It was. I mean, I guess you could say it was entertaining, right? I mean, it was fun to watch.
yeah, even when like Tyron, like you know, he walked over when they were doing the interview, and basically said like, "Yo, nah, I thought I want to fight. You know, I want a rematch." And you know, when he said that, like, Jake Paul just like kind of seemed really reluctant and like, oh, I don't need to do that. I already beat you and this, that, and the third. Which is funny because like his brother, Logan Paul, who was in the ring with him and trying to talk shit on Logan, trying to talk shit on Tyron, lost to KSI and then wanted a rematch and then lost again. So, it's just kind of all funny to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Jake Paul didn't just, really didn't seem like he wanted to fight it again.
Yeah. But who else does he fight next? If you can't,
Tommy Fury was talking a lot of shit, and I know they have like a little beef.
That would probably be an easier fight for him, right?
Oh, way easier. Yeah, Fury, Tommy Fury doesn't have any of those. He'd just be like another Ben Askren.
But do you think this performance helps Jake Paul's stock, like as far as his selling pay-per-views and stuff? Or you think it hurts it?
I think a little bit of both.
I think people want to see him get the knockouts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you have people that are, because the best part of that fight was Tyron knocking Jake through the ropes.
Yeah.
And I think people are gonna bring that up a lot, while bringing up that he didn't knock him out, Tyron.
Yeah.
While bringing up that maybe trying to make a claim that Tyron won the fight. I don't know. But then you're gonna have your people that's gonna say, hey, he went the distance with a former world champion, legend, Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Just try to like sell it as much as they can. It's like one of those up and down things. So, yeah, a little bit of both. But I think I would say more the latter.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, it was pretty decent. It wasn't. It was definitely better than Logan Paul Mayweather.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we could definitely say that Jake Paul's not yet ready for a real boxer.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, a real boxer would have definitely been able to exploit a lot of those flaws that he was showing.
Yeah.
A lot of them. But
I don't know what's next for Woodley. I don't know if he signs a Bellator or maybe he wants to keep boxing. Who knows?
I think he should do something else, man. I don't know. Fighting is
I think he's a rapper too. You know that?
Yeah. There was a lot of clips of him in the studio, and he walked out to one of his own songs. Because I heard the beat, and I just remember thinking that the beat was really like almost amateur sounding, like an amateur producer made it. I was like, it doesn't sound that good. And then I heard the rapper rapping, and I was like, oh, that's him.
Yeah, the same thing.
that's him rapping. So he probably made the beat too.
Probably. Shit.
So yeah, Circus Act. It was fun though. Fun to watch. Another thing that's fun to watch is De La Hoya fighting Peter Belfort.
Yeah.
September 11th. That's gonna be fun.
And what's on the other card is Anderson Silva and Victor Ortiz. Is that what it is?
Tito Ortiz.
What did I say?
Is it Tito Ortiz?
Yeah, Tito Ortiz.
Yeah.
Why did I say Victor Ortiz? Oh, that's the boxer.
We were just talking about.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm interested in watching both those.
I forget who else is on that card.
When is that card?
September 11th. 9/11.
Yeah.
And, on David Haye versus that Joe Foreigner billionaire dude.
Another crazy fight like that?
Yeah, David Haye coming out of retirement. I think his last fight he got knocked out. Yeah, it was bad.
Where's that gonna be on, that fight? Where's it gonna be streamed at?
Triller.
Pay-per-view? No, right?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like a Triller pay-per-view event. It might be like $50 or something.
Damn.
Yeah. Speaking of Triller, they have Teofimo Lopez. They finally got that fight. I think we mentioned it, but yeah,
that's finally gonna happen.
October 5th.
Nice.
On a Tuesday.
What?
That's all these fights happening on weird dates and shit. But I think that you just need that subscription, and they have like a really cheap $3 a month subscription that.
Yeah.
Some stupid shit like that. But yeah, good stuff. AJ takes on Alexander Usyk. That might be my favorite fight coming up. September 25th. Stephen Fulton, Brandon Figueroa. That's gonna be a good one. When is that? That's September 18th. Fury Wilder, October 9th. So these are the fights that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
In the future. I'm definitely looking forward to covering. So good stuff. There was, we were supposed to have David Benavidez this weekend. but he had
That was supposed to
COVID.
be on Saturday, right?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I was wondering why it was on Sunday. The next UFC fight night next week is Derek Brunson and versus Darren Till, middleweights. I would say Darren Till needs a win pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think who did he beat last? He might have beat Kelvin Gastelum, but he lost to Robert Whittaker I think before that, and then lost to Tyron before that.
Both guys been in there for a minute, ain't?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Derek Brunson, he's fought everybody in that division pretty much. He fought Izzy. Izzy, beat him coming up. I think Derek Brunson might get this one, really. I think Darren Till, I don't know. I feel like he had like a lot of hype around him at first, and they definitely put him up there like way too fast. Like he fought Woodley years ago for he when Woodley was welterweight champ. He fought for the belt and Woodley knocked him out. I think he knocked him down, and then I think Woodley submitted him actually. That was at least like 3-4 years ago. That's what I mean. Like Darren Till's like they put him up there right away. He got title shot quick, and then he got knocked out by Masvidal, and I got knocked out by Woodley, and then he went up to 185. Trying to make a run there. I don't know. I think Brunson might get him, man. I don't know if Darren Till is big enough. I know Brunson's huge. That card doesn't seem like too much going on that card. The next pay-per-view, UFC 266, Volkanovski versus Ortega. We talked about that a bunch of times. I don't really want to mention everything again. But that should be a fun fight. The Nick Diaz return is on that one. And then the next pay-per-view, or it's not a pay-per-view, but UFC 267, I think it's going to be a week. It's a week after 268, but 267 isn't going to be pay-per-view. It's going to be like one of those real rare, like on ESPN. Like the whole card will be on ESPN.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
When is that?
I think it's a week after 268. 268, September 25th. Because for some reason it's not on here. If you look, it says 266, and it goes right to 268.
Oh,
So 267 is not even in there. But I'm pretty sure it's a week after 268. Jan Blachowicz versus Glover Teixeira for the lightweight belt. I'm not sure what other fights are on that, but that's gonna be the main fight. And then 268, they announced like the whole card. It's crazy.
Yeah, that one is stacked.
That one's crazy. Kamaru Usman, Kobe Covington too. I think Kamaru Usman probably fucking knocks his head off early.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't know about early, but
I think it might be early, man. Like,
yeah.
Usman's power, like against Masvidal and like his last couple of fights, like he's definitely getting better. Like, his striking.
Yeah.
He's working with that one coach now, who actually is the head coach of Rose and Justin Gaethje. I forget his name, Trevor Whitman, I think. He's like a striking coach, and you could really see the difference with Usman. Like if you look like Usman when he fought Woodley, for example, to like now and all the fights in between, like his striking has got so much better. And that same guy coaches Rose and coaches Justin Gaethje, who are also on that card. Rose will be fighting another rematch. Rose and Zhang Weili, the Chinese. She was the champ, and then Rose beat her with the head kick.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was awesome. That was early. That was also an awesome fight.
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler. That's gonna be crazy. That should be an awesome fight. That'll probably be the next. Might be the next. Well, after Dustin, I think Dustin will get the title shot, and then I think the winner of these two will probably get the title shot after that. Sean Strickland and Luke Rockhold. That should be a good fight. And then they announced this: Frankie Edgar and Chito Vera. That should be dope. That's the fight that they offered O'Malley. They offered Sean O'Malley to fight Frankie Edgar on that New York card, and he chose not to. I guess Chito took it. I think Frankie's ranked like 8th, and Chito's ranked like 14th or 15th. So that'd be dope for him. We were talking about this earlier. If everything pans out, we might be able to go to this card. That would be fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, man, we out.
That would be fucking bananas, but
It's only the Garden. We out, man.
yeah, man. That'd be crazy.
We can hit that one. Yeah, man. Next week over in UK, they got the rematch with Josh Warrington and Mauricio Lara. Last year, it was the upset of the year. Lara dropped him in like the 4th or 5th. and then stopped him in the 9th. It was crazy. So Warrington, once that get back, should be a good fight. You got Katie Taylor fighting on co-main, defend the titles against Jennifer Ann, and that's a good possible matchup for Amanda Serrano. So looking forward to all that. Yeah, that's all I got for the boxing for now.
Another one that they just announced, UFC 269, which won't be till December, will be Amanda Nunes and Julia Pena.
Nice.
The fight that was supposed to happen, I think the last one, for the bantamweight belt. So that got rescheduled. It's always fun to watch Amanda Nunes fight.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about the female boxer. Like I think UFC does such a good job of equally promoting like the female fighters, right? Like they're on the same cards with the guys. Like there's the same rules, same time. You know what I mean? The rounds and everything. Like I don't think UFC gets enough credit for that. Like I mean, and I'm surprised that like with all the feminist stuff going on nowadays, like I'm surprised that like the UFC doesn't get more credit for.
Yeah, because even in like women's basketball and other female sports, like everything seems to be.
And it's all separate, the guys and the girls.
Right, it's separate, and there's like a handicap, which almost kind of is telling,
Exactly.
And I think that's why people don't, why women don't like it. So, you're right. Yeah, they definitely don't seem to acknowledge that.
It's pretty
definitely equal.
Everything's pretty equal in the UFC, and obviously there's not as many stars, but there's definitely room for there to be. You know what I mean? Like Amanda Nunes, I would say is a pretty big star now. Like
right.
a lot of people know her now.
Right. Plus you have Amanda.
Like Amanda Nunes is like the second generation. Like you got the Misha Tates and Ronda Rouseys were like the first generation.
Holly Holmes. Yeah. Those girls.
And I think a lot of these young chicks like Rose Namajunas, like she's kind of pretty well known too. Like she's fun to watch.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I think it's just because they're just good too, man. Like those high level chicks, like they're just it's pretty undeniable when they're that. You know what I mean? When they're that good. I get just as excited to watch Amanda Nunes fight as any other male champion. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like I think that's cool. I think that should be acknowledged more for them. But yeah, I think that's all I got.
Word. Yeah, I mean, weird weekend, so.
Yeah, this is going to be a day late, right?
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, nonetheless, thanks for tuning in to the OnlyFights Podcast. My name is Manny.
This is Alberto.
And we out.
Peace.